His IQ level is proportional to his muscle mass. A nuclear physicist by education, he turned his engineering view of things from nuclear power stations to the human body. The junior researcher in nuclear energy has become a bodybuilding champion of Europe and the world and a two-time holder of the Mr. Universe title. He debunks all these stereotypes about these swollen guys obsessed with pumping iron. At seminars and open trainings, he teaches his students to treat one's own body like an expensive supercar. Adam Kozyra Marjan Zbignevich is the hero of our program. Zodiac sign: Taurus. Animal: bull. Favorite season: summer and autumn, however strange that may seem. Adam Kozyra was born in the city of power engineers Slavuta into a Ukrainian-Polish family. His father Marjan came to build the Khmelnytsky nuclear power plant as an employee of a Polish firm. Kozyra showed his aptitude in exact science since his first years in school, studied physics and math class, and became a student of a respected institute in Kiev. In April-May, my 11th grade schoolmates were still anxious about the upcoming exams, and I knew that I had already been accepted to the Kiev Polytechnic Institute, so I was almost kicking the doors open at school. I was totally calm about that. While in school, the tall and lean Adam was quite adept at basketball. Upon becoming a student of the hidden power engineering department, he decided to continue engaging in sports. He was going to sign up for basketball classes, but accidentally got into track and field athletics. So I thought to myself that I'd attend it for a semester. Maybe I'd get more fit because I was tall and lean, and then it dragged me in, which was helped by the fact that I grew up watching action movies starring Van Damme, Schwarzenegger, and Stallone. So I always liked men like that, and my father was also a very strong man. For me, he was the image of a real man, who is reliable, tough and strong. Naturally, I wanted to be like him, like the saying goes, like father, like son. Since his third year at the institute, the future nuclear physicist took part in many powerlifting competitions. But Adam's 190 centimeters in height prevented him from achieving the best results in this sport. Being tall is more of a disadvantage in the sport of powerlifting because stumpy men are more successful in it. The fact is their movement amplitude is much shorter, so they are capable of lifting heavier weights. Having graduated from the institute with a red diploma and a master's degree, Adam spent several years working at the Scientific Center for Nuclear and Radiation Safety of Ukraine, inspecting the safety of nuclear power plants. With a lot of theory and little practice, work started becoming a rather daily humdrum chore for him. After spending 3 years in the same office doing the same routine mechanical work on a computer, I began to catch myself thinking that it was far from what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And the worst feeling is when you realize that you are beginning to degrade. You are not interested in what you're doing, and you have no inspiration to develop your mind and body. Then Adam decided to try to drastically change his life. He took a month off and went to study as a fitness trainer. Of the 12 people in the group, 2 at most get the job. And of course, Adam ended up in the number and finally felt like he had found his niche. He trained others and trained himself. Then his goal shifted from lifting weights to changing the condition of the body. After spending 7 years training in a basement gym, Adam won his first bodybuilding competition. This bodybuilder made of hex nuts, let's call it that, was introduced to me by my friends after my first career advancement, after my first Kiev competition in 2011. I took second place back then. If you look here, there is an engravement to swollen Adam from his skinny friends. This present is very dear to me.
Знаете, дорогой моему сердцу презент.
Since 2011, Adam Kozyra has won over 20 awards in various competitions. He became the holder of the Mr. Universe title twice in the height and absolute categories. He recalls being anxious behind the scenes, but regaining confidence on stage. You're standing on stage with the lights illuminating you. The faces of people are barely discernible against the lights, so basically you don't see the people there. And the only thought in my hand is that this is my chance to show everything I've lifted, all the dozen tons of weights in the gym, and put up with the diet and other limitations in a matter of 2 minutes. So as an internal setting to relax and enjoy suddenly turns on. All the work has been done before you enter the stage. Now you only have to enjoy it and show the ultimate results of such tough physical training.
Вся работа уже сделана до выхода. Тут уже просто нужно получить кайф.
Dream in sports. Keep improving and reaching new heights.
Достигать новых высот.
Dream in life. My own house, probably.
Свой дом.
Happiness. When you found your place in life and you're doing what you like, which is also your hobby and brings income on top of that.
Является твоим хобби, еще приносит при этом доход.
Love. Mutual respect and unconditional trust to each other. Adam also met his significant other half in a gym. Svetlana was looking for a new coach, and such a handsome man and a fellow countryman from Slavuta caught her eye. At first, their relationship was limited to professional advice and well-wishers, hinted to Svetlana that Adam was married. But then it turned out that both were single and passionate about sports and each other.
Адам пригласил меня в кино.
Adam invited me to the cinema, but he lied a bit, saying that all our sports friends were going. In the end, when I came to the meeting place, it turned out that only the two of us went to the cinema.
Когда я пришла на встречу, оказалось, что
By the way, the movie was also very interesting. It was Terminator.
Кстати, тоже очень интересный. Это был Терминатор.
A healthy diet is also a common interest of the couple, though strictly by a strict regime and healthy food only. If Adam leaves home for longer than 5 to 6 hours, he always takes food cooked at home with him. He does not find it shameful to have a snack at the gym. The daily diet of the bodybuilder is as follows. At the moment, my breakfast consists of 120 grams of dry oat milk and 10 to 15 boiled eggs, but I eat only 2 or 3 whole. The rest is just egg white.
Я там 2-3 ем целых, все остальное это белок. Потом следующие 4 приема пищи.
The following meals are 50 or 70 grams of rice and either chicken fillet or low-fat fish, and the last meal is either a protein cocktail or a fat-free quark.
Это рыба. И последний прием пищи это либо протеиновый коктейль, либо обезжиренный творог.
Also, 2 or 3 apples a day are allowed.
2-3 яблока.
Favorite meal: fried potatoes with fried eggs. I can cook.
Мясо в любом виде.
Meat in any way, fried, baked, or stewed.
Какое угодно.
Favorite drink: mint tea. But in the periods between competitions, one can treat oneself with something delicious. Adam has a knack for cooking meat and is not indifferent to sweets. I remember having a competition on Saturday evening. On Sunday morning, I woke up with the thought, wow, I won a silver, and I didn't know how to treat myself.
Я не знал, как себя побаловать.
I went to the store and bought some truffle candy. Came home and ate them with coffee. About 10 of them. I don't remember the exact number.
Домой, да, и себе с кофейком их там слопал, там штук 10, я не помню.
Когда мы купили
We bought a cake once. Adam asked me if I wanted a piece. I replied that of course I wanted to try it. He cut off a piece for me. I was uncomfortable and said I couldn't eat it if he wouldn't. He said he would, but there was only one plate. So he put the plate with my piece of cake on the table and took the rest of the cake for himself. It was then that I realized that I'd have to cook a lot. The passion for science is still an important part of Adam's life. He writes articles for specialized magazines in Russian and English and follows all the latest achievements in the world of science and technology.
Есть такое понятие техногик.
I'm a tech geek. That's a person obsessed with everything related to technology, who follows the latest innovations in technology and electronics. And I'm one of such people. It's a fetish for me.
Для меня это фетиш. Вот все, что технические какие-то достижения, да, я слежу за теми же там.
I follow the publications in the field of electric vehicles and high-speed tunnels.
Электромобили и вот это вот скоростного ихнего тоннеля, да.
Adam Kozyra also takes a scientific approach in his training. He reprojected his engineering view of things from nuclear power plants to the human body. He sees it as a perfect universal mechanism that has systems of its own and requires good care. Treat your body like an expensive supercar. Your body is a Ferrari. You cannot drive it on some cheap diesel fuel. You must fill it with 95-octane gasoline. Then you'll get maximum performance out of the Ferrari. In a projection to our bodies, that's a healthy and well-balanced diet containing different foods. Favorite music? Everything except pop and classical. Favorite actors? Johnny Depp, Ray Johnson, Angelina Jolie. Favorite movies? Waterworld, Mad Max. Favorite writer? Clifford Simak. Many want to be trained by the famous coach Adam Kozyra, but over 10 years of work he learned to distinguish true potential from the desire to boast an expensive subscription with a fitness center or exercise gym. I tend to work with people who I'm interested in being around. That is, if I see that after about a month of working with a person, they still have no semblance of self-discipline, then I'm not interested in continuing to work with them. In a season, Adam Kozyra hosts about 10 master classes, paying attention to different muscle groups. Both beginners and experienced bodybuilders come to learn from the famous athlete. I want my arms to be no smaller than Adam's. I want to learn the methods of training with long limbs. I really want to listen to his advice and incorporate it into my training. I heard from my friends how good Adam's master classes are. His explanations are easy to understand, and he shows things in practice. He lets everyone try this or that exercise and choose an individual approach for a certain muscle group. At similar seminars and master classes, Adam not only shares his experience and sports secrets, but also learns a lot from his students. It somehow always happens that people who are already motivated come to me, possibly because they know that I'm into what I'm doing, and I try to pass that spark on to them. I will even charge up those that are less motivated so well that everyone will be successful. Adam Kozyra considers his most significant achievement to date his victory at the European Championships in the IFBB in Spain in May 2016. May 6th is my mother's birthday. When I was standing on stage, my strongest motivation was to show my achievements to my parents. So my victory was very important for me that day. Because to be honest, my parents never supported my aspirations in sports since there were no sportsmen in my family. That victory was doubly important for me. In the nearest future, the sportsman plans to take part in the World Championship, the American version of Arnold Classic, and get a professional card to participate in serious commercial tournaments.
Целеустремленный, хочет идти дальше, не останавливается на этом титуле, то есть.
He is determined. He wants to keep going and not stop at this title. The World Championship is in his plans. He is a sportsman who still has room for improvement. He can keep proving himself in the next few years, progressing every time. That is, he has not reached his limit yet.
Каждый раз прогрессируя. То есть он еще до своей планки не дошел.
It happens, you come to work out in a regular fitness club, and Mr. Universe is also there. No, not the American Arnold Schwarzenegger, but our Ukrainian Adam Kozyra. You get to know him, and immediately want to change something in your life. And it's not necessarily about building your muscles. You can start with a healthy diet and daily workouts.